Someone has to be bold enough to start a conversation. And that's what we're here to talk about today. It's the art of conversation. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another video from the Blue Collar Psychiatrist. I remind you that this video is intended for a general audience. No doctor-patient relationship is being established between the viewers and me, the presenter. If you have any questions or concerns about mental health issues, please consult with a licensed, competent mental health provider in your area. And now, on with the show. Question: what do you and all of your friends have in common? Think about that. The answer is this: when you first met your friend, one of you had to start a conversation. And actually, all friendships begin that way. Someone has to be bold enough to start a conversation. And that's what we're here to talk about today. It's the art of conversation. Why is this so important? It is so important because being able to converse with new people opens up vistas that are unlimited. The whole world is your oyster. You can talk to anyone. Now, you may not get a warm response. Some people may be perturbed. Some people may have other things on their mind. But a certain percentage of the people are going to welcome your invitation to speak. Human to human contact. There is nothing that replaces that. And many people are hungry for human contact. Every single person that you know, think about this, without exception, started with a conversation. That's how they came into your life, a conversation. And somebody had to initiate the conversation. And I suggest that it should be you. That's why you're here, watching this video. So how do you start a conversation? There are several ways that this can be done. Number one, make a comment about things that you have in common with this other person. For example, if you're waiting for the doctor in the doctor's office and he's running late, you might make a mention of that. If there's a picture on the wall or a photo on the wall, you may make commentary about that. If the other person is with a small child, you might say, oh, that's a very cute child. Is that your grandchild or your son or whatever is appropriate? But the idea is to start out with something that you share with this other person with whom you would like to speak. As I said before, there is no guarantee as to what kind of response you're going to get. But if you continue to pursue this line of opening up yourself and initiating conversations to strangers, you're going to be a winner a good part of the time. Now, it may be that nothing ever happens after that one conversation. That's very, very possible. And possibly and probably, in the majority of cases, that is exactly what's going to happen. You may have a nice conversation, but then the two of you part ways and there's no connection there. And so you just have to chalk it up to experience. And that's what you're getting. You're getting experience, breaking the ice, talking to people with whom you have no idea who they are. And that's what you need. You need the practice so that it no longer becomes a fear. We don't want you to become fearful of talking to strangers. Now, obviously, if someone looks very strange and perhaps even dangerous or a little bit off the deep end, you would not want to speak to them. But we're talking about people at large who have no discerning issues that you can see. You have to talk with them. You have to develop the art of conversation. You have to know how to continue the conversation. And the best way to do that is to ask questions. Ask questions about them. You don't want to get too intrusive, but you want to ask some general questions about them. And see how much they come back to you with questions for you. Once you've got that going, now you're in a situation where something may happen because of your initiating a conversation. It may lead somewhere. But again, as I said, it may not. Therefore, because all friendships begin with a conversation, it is a necessity that you master the art of conversation. You could meet a potential business associate. You could meet a potential romantic interest through starting a conversation with a stranger. The whole world becomes your oyster. It just opens up a whole new vista for you of possibilities to make a friend, or to at very least have an interesting conversation. Master the art of conversation by continuously and repeatedly initiating conversations with strangers. Ladies and gentlemen, as always, I remind you, drink! And drink abundantly from the fountain of life. See you next time!